Hello everybody, Patrick Knows here. I wanted to talk about something very important today, and it is the camera. The reason the camera changed the world of art as we know it. Prior to the camera being invented, artists was the most respected people, especially in the early Renaissance period. When that took place, the camera was invented around 1839, towards the end almost of the Renaissance period. Work like this started becoming a reality because realism was now under attack. With the camera, anyone could go underneath this cloth, the obscura, this is the name of the camera, and poof, expose light, and you capture realism. You capture the person as is. So during the Renaissance period, artists were respected by kings, they were influential in terms of politics. They had influence in anything that was in society that was important. So artists suddenly lost their most important asset. They weren't able to create work because the commission was now not possible. So they began to create what I call the revolution. They began to paint abstract work. They began to create work from Monet. Monet creating work such as the technique of Impressionism, etc. So surrealism became a thing because now this was something a camera could not produce, mind you, could not produce. So many artists who now were well versed in realism, hyperrealism, had now no choice but to revert to abstract. Now this artist I know personally, this is Matt. Matt is he's a trained artist. So he's done work for all sorts of great companies, Disney, etc. So in order for you to create art that is intricate and to suddenly change to abstract, you had to have known a little bit about some techniques of art. Nowadays, you have artists that start painting abstract because they see everybody's doing it, they're selling. Like the man who did a banana. It's a bit of an insult, I still think. However, the camera has taken away the ability for an artist to make a living, hence the word, a starving artist. A starving artist is someone whom, despite their immense talent, cannot survive as an artist. Mind you, during the Renaissance period, artists was in competition, almost a romantic way. You had Michelangelo. While he was doing the Sixtine Chapel, there was young Raphael. He was about 25 years old. He was commissioned to do the School of Athens. In order for him to pay respect to the genius of Michelangelo, he included him at the stairs of the School of Athens, amongst all these great philosophers, amongst whom was Socrates and Aristotle. And yet he included himself in a minuscule way, speaking amongst the scholars of that era. He had Michelangelo in the forefront, which was added into later time during after the fresco was done of the School of Athens, to pay tribute to his fellow artists. More so, although they had a big thing going. They weren't easy together. They were very much kicked each other's tukas kind of way. Just to tell you though, art, there was a man who once told me, his illusion, my illusion is his reality. I was part of the Orange County, I was on the board. So as I started to question this man, he told me, my illusion is his reality. Little that you know, I am art. I spent 8 years of my life studying art, so I am it. So when I do a show like this, it's to educate as well as give an open opportunity to artists. Because I have artists who comes here with work and I say, no, I don't want this. Why? Because, right? I have artists who comes with work to them or extraordinary to them. Because you have a talent. It is important that you don't create because of people. It's the work of Edmundo. Edmundo's story is a magnificent story because Edmundo creates little orifices, little holes. And these little holes tells you of a thing, something that happened to him when he was a child. So I'll let that for you to ask for him when you come. So I lost my track of thought. So then let art lead you. Don't do it because you want people to appreciate it. Create abstract, right? You create an abstract work, not because someone might say, oh, my kid could do that, but because you could explain it. If you could explain what you've done, then you've won the battle. So this exhibit is not to say, oh, it's a big place, we're going to have a big exhibit and show off to the world. This is a place of learning. If you're an artist, you submitted work here and you've not yet come face to face with my criticism, then perhaps you did good. If you have met my criticism, it's because you're better than you are giving out. So, no offense, like I told artists of color, don't give me things that have to do with the norm, what people are expecting for you to do. You give me something that is challenging. If you are an Anglo-Saxon artist, give me something that is beyond the norm. If you're doing abstract, if you're doing surrealism, for as long as you can explain what you've done, then we've won half of the battle. Patrick knows.